And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the FPL Frontline Prediction League, FPL in the Trenches, Frontline League on Twitter. And I'm coughing out of the gate. Frontline Prediction League on YouTube. That's this channel right here. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow us on Twitter, and you can get into our Discord from there as well and see all the stuff with this page here and stuff we're going to talk about and our top of the card stuff. And there's a lot here. But I'm your co-host, Scott. Also joining us is BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing? While I drink some water.
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. It's hot, and I'm a little tired. But other than that, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. We were just talking for 10 minutes straight about some wrestling stuff, and everything was normal and fine. And the moment I started the intro, my throat went dry. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, it's been hot here. It's been cool, though. Like, hot, 25 degrees, 30 degrees Celsius, damn near. But then, like, 8 today for part of it, and then 25, and it's like 19 right now. It's all over. It's a mess. It's weird. It's crazy. But that's June in Canada. And, I mean, people just want to spend time outside and not go to collision. Anyway, we got Forbidden Door coming up. That's next weekend. It is Sunday, June 25th. It is 8 p.m., and presumably there'll be the 7 p.m. pre-show or buy-in or whatever they call it, hour 1 or 0 hour, leading to a 6 p.m. deadline. So keep that in mind for next Sunday, 6 p.m. It is a main show, even though it's a weird one, so, like, we're kind of iffy on, like, we expect everybody to show up, but we get it, like, you know. But yeah, we have a lot of matches announced finally, so, like, 2 weeks out of a pay-per-view, we're happy that's the case, but for us, we're constantly announcing matches, BeerMe. We've got the War Games, and we're going to talk about these in full detail next week when we go through the actual rundown of the card itself and who we think is going to win. But we got FBU representing the FPL versus Madcat, Aiden Akagi, Nier, and Akari Una. We've got the European Championship being defended, the only title match from the FPL, James Blake versus CM Carlito. We also have the LLR World Championship being defended by Larry against the man he took it from, James Costner. We also have Smooth Rock versus Cassius, Josh Jonio versus MRC, The Reaction versus Symphony of Destruction, and there's a mix and match of people in that. A 420 Championship match, Last Blue Hero defending against Jonathan C.T. Martin, FTT versus Blades of Silver, and myself versus FDS. We have more to announce, though, and we're going to talk about that right now. BeerMe, I know you've got half of a match, and I've got half of a match, and we also both have matches. Let's do those matches first. We'll go back and forth. I have 3 matches. How many do you say you have?
3.
You got 3 as well. Well, I'll mention my first one. The kickoff show for this is not going to be really any kind of crossover matches. It's all just straight up FPL. So Pain versus Modstep is the first one I'm going to announce for that, which is pretty big considering the former Canadian champion and Modstep always on that cusp. That's a big match to happen here. So interesting one. Who do you like out of that? I just offhand there.
Modstep.
Modstep? I'm kind of leaning towards that because Pain's been hit or miss, but Modstep has that momentum otherwise. It feels like, so I'll go with that. You go. What's the match you got?
I have one for the kickoff, but I think you already said Smooth Rock's in a match, right?
These are all kickoff matches, yes. But Smooth Rock? Let me see. What's the match you've got? Announce yours.
Detrick Cyrus versus Smooth Rock.
I have Smooth Rock versus Cassius, so we may have an error there, and we'll get that to the guys to find out what's going on, and that'll be updated ASAP after this posts. Yeah, we have Smooth Rock versus Cassius, but you've got Smooth Rock versus
Detrick Cyrus.
Detrick Cyrus,
and he didn't put money in the bank anymore. So I'm guessing this is just Forbidden Door because he put Forbidden Door in.
We'll clarify that, and we'll have that corrected for next time. So Smooth Rock, stay tuned. You'll find out shortly what it is, and so will Cassius and Detrick Cyrus. So that'll come up very, very soon. Sorry about that. That's a weird one, but it's part of why we go through them every time just to see what's what. But who do you pick from the one you've got there, Detrick and Smooth?
Smooth.
I think so too. He's been very consistent, I feel, so I think that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Kier 1, Kyer, versus Chef Urban, also on the kickoff. And these are all kickoff ones we're doing right now. I'm leaning towards Urban, just from that momentum that he's had, but Kyer, yeah, you never know with him. That could be something special too, overcoming the former world champion, but I'm leaning Urban on this one. How about you?
Yeah, same.
You go ahead and announce another one.
All right. I have the Brits, Pop Snooch, the Gaffer, and J-Mac. They will be taking on the Strays, Michael Marsh, and Supreme Rock, and Chappers on the kickoff show.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. I kind of want to say the Brits. I feel like they're going to have that momentum going into London at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
I want to say that.
Think so too.
Yeah, I like that. But the Brits and Strays, there's history there back to when they both kind of first showed up here. They were back and forth, and the Strays ran away with it at that point. Times have changed, so I think Brits will take that. Okay, I think so. Yeah. Here's one that you'll be interested in. I'm curious to know what you want to think of this. It's a WrestleMania rematch. It is Sebastian Escobar versus the Alpha Dog.
Could go Sebastian Escobar.
You want Escobar? It was a Canadian Championship match, remember? Escobar, the Canadian champ. Or am I mixing up the dates on that? I'm pretty sure I'm good. Yeah, he lost afterwards because it was shortly after, I think. No, it was Monkey Bong. Crap, I'm misremembering everything. But still. Oh, it's right, because Escobar was part of the problem. That's right. But Escobar and Alpha Dog. I'm leaning Escobar as well. There's no wheel involved, so Alpha Dog has no personal vendetta there. But it is Escobar. They have their history, obviously. I'm leaning Escobar on that personally, too. Just, again, momentum's sake and the way things have gone. But I could see Alpha Dog taking that. Absolutely can. I could see that. Now, what do you have? You have one more match to announce, right? And then we have the pieces?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a Sicko Kid, Just Blades. We'll be taking on Luigi in a horror show deathmatch.
Luigi? I don't recognize that name. I believe Luigi's brand new or is an outsider?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Interesting. In a what? A horror deathmatch?
In a horror show deathmatch.
I'm gonna go with Jace. Just historically on that. Known commodity. How about you? Same?
Yeah, I do know who Luigi is, so it's going to be tough for Jace, but it's kind of his match. Like,
okay,
death matches is always his thing, and like hardcore. So I'm going to go with him as well.
Okay,
but it's not going to be easy.
That's a good match then. I like it. Now we do have a Survivor Series match. It's a 5-on-5 elimination match. I've got a team of 5. And this team is called Team Outsiders. BeerMe, what's the team that you have?
I have the. It just says I have Team FPL.
Okay, so you've got you've got our guys. So
yeah,
I got the Outsiders because of my I was the outsider. Tell you what, let's announce our guys. So you go ahead and list the 5. And we'll go through this, because you might be familiar with some of these names, and you can help us go through that. So, who have you got for Team FPL?
I got CJ Hawk,
former world champion.
Lexi Briggs,
former tag champion with Hawk.
Hiroshi Moses, Cam Popplestone,
former JRPL champion. Cam, literally recent Canadian champ, or he is the Canadian champ.
And Alexander McKay.
Former American champ. That's a pretty good team. I like that team. What do you think of that team, knowing those people and how their histories have been? That's Shades and Smiles, the long-standing American champ, former Canadian champ, and Hiro Shinmos is right in the middle of all that. Can they coexist?
That's a good question.
I think so, but what do you think, seeing that team? What do you think of that? What do you make of them?
I like it. I think it's going to be a tough team for the Outsiders to beat.
Well, let's go through the Team Outsiders. And no, I'm not part of it, neither is Lee. Team Outsiders. Here's the names, BeerMe. You can fill me in if you know some of these. We have Bay Breaker, former IWP World Heavyweight Champion. Do you recognize that name at all?
I think so.
And I don't know any other league, so I'm in the dark on these. Bay Breaker, Breakka, is the last name. So we got a former world champion on here. Mm-hmm. We have Rufus Bear from LLR, and the description we got was literally a bear I wrestle and eat fish. So we have a wrestling bear.
I don't know who that guy is, but it sounds amazing.
It's amazing. That's how you get to us with a gimmick like that. BeerMe and I are immediate fans. So Rufus Bear, we're with you. And we also have David Grayskull, the current FPW Destiny champion, and a Larry Mania Golden champion. I don't know
who that guy is.
I don't know what those are, but you know who David Grayskull is? Good name, too. I like that.
I know. Yeah, that is a good name.
So,
I do know who that guy is.
I mean, he's the current champ. Oh, there's Miley barking. He's good, though?
Yep. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
He's legit.
So, they're captained by Annex Asylum, Captain Krulix Blackwell, and Static.
Oh, wow.
Our guys have brought in these outsiders. They're our guys now. They came in through Forbidden Door originally. So, you know, they're kind of outsiders still. So, there we go. So what do you make of that team? Oh, that's a lower bark from Miley. She definitely saw something outside. Miley,
It's gonna be
come on, girl.
it's gonna be tough to beat a bear that eats fish.
Right?
I'm just throwing that out there.
Maybe he'll eat a hawk. I don't know.
Maybe.
So knowing those two teams, I'm leaning towards our team because I know our guys. But there's literal actual champions and former world champions on both sides. Former champions on both sides. Like, Hiroshimosa was JRPL champion. He might have belts elsewhere as well. I'm not familiar. But everybody here is decorated in some way, either currently or historically. These are good teams, but I don't know any of their working together. Like, we have an FPW person, an LLF person, an IWP person, and then two people who are in the FPL but from elsewhere, against FPL people who were JRPL historically, etc., etc. So, what do you make of that? What side are you going with on that? Purely from what you know, FPL or outsiders?
Oh man, I'm kind of torn on this. I'm gonna lean very slightly to our team, but I mean that other team's really stacked. The outsiders are stacked, so it's not gonna be easy.
How would you feel as a member of a certain match that takes place in the main event if FPL lost this match, but then FBU won the match later on to kind of save face? That'd be a real good thing for FBU, right? For that team, FPL?
Imagine it's all tied in.
Oh, you broke up.
FPL needs us.
You broke up for that. If it was up to FBU to save FPL?
Yeah. If it's up to us to save FPL and everybody wants us to do it. And, yeah. I mean, we do it for ourselves. We wouldn't do it for you guys.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I for prediction wise, this is always probably one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, just because we get so many different things.
Such unique stuff. Like, we literally have
Yeah.
IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata, who won the belt like 2 months ago, versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Nobody would have predicted that at all. So it's like, what?
We're gonna get Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Potentially
Probably.
title versus title, international title and New Japan World TV title. Like, it might be both. It might be one or the other. Maybe two falls. Like, who the hell knows?
CT would blow a gasket if Orange Cassidy beats CSJ for that title. That would be great.
He probably will. No, honestly, I could see that's one where they might pull that trigger and have Sabre win it. I could see that.
Right.
MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I mean, MJF is winning that, but you never know, right? And Danielson and Okada.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, that's great. That's the match I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
That and CSJ and Orange Cassidy. But Omega Ospreay.
I am looking forward to that. Yes, I liked Ospreay versus Cassidy a lot last year. So yeah, it's when you do it right, it can be good. And some people, I mean, CT hates it. I get it, but and I understand why he hates it. And I'm like, I'm fine with it. So like, we get along. It's cool. It's fun, but that's part of the fun. But yeah, this show is next weekend. Again, it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. So Sunday, June 25th, and it's already June. Yes, it's crazy. And guys, we're recording the Slammiversary is in 4 weeks. That's coming up too, and Money in the Bank is before that. So it's suddenly, that summer of weekly crazy is upon us. It's about to be here. So there's going to be like a show damn near every week. But yeah, this is Forbidden Door coming up. This is Sunday, June 25th, 8 p.m., 7 o'clock post-show, pre-show, and 6 p.m. deadline. Get your picks in for that. Go through our Discord, like I said. Come check out the webpage here. You can go see our character chat promos. You can go see just articles and stuff where we're talking about things. And, of course, follow the Twitter. Frontline League over on Twitter. You can actually go there and see stuff getting announced on that. Also, it's a lot of fun stuff. We're having a lot of fun with it. And if you're from a league that's not part of this one or any of these, we'd be happy to have it. It's a bit too late for this year's Forbidden Door. The kind of everything's taken. But maybe for next year, or if you want to come in and sign up and seed something for next year, nothing wrong with that either. There's a lot of stuff we can do. So it's a lot of fun. But BeerMe, I think that's it. I think we'll leave it at that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then that's it for us. It's Frontline League on Twitter, Frontline Prediction League on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff here. Also, check out Top of the Card Pod on Twitter. It's our wrestling podcast. New episode is coming very shortly. It's Top of the Card on Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and that stuff. All those there as well. And it's the same Discord. So if you're in one, you're getting it all through that as well. So please check that out. But for BeerMe and everybody, thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.